Okay, this harmony. It comes up twice. The part comes up twice in Sad Song. The first time it's Dick Wagner on his own, and he plays. Right. As you will have noticed, we've got the MXR Phase 90 here. I have it set about midday. I'm not a great lover of having a pedal and it's barely on. So, you know, you maybe notice it when you switch it off, but the effect is minimal. If, you know, if the knob goes from like, you know, that to that, I want it at least there. Right, so I've got it straight at 12 at the moment. So it would turn Dick's. It would turn that into this. See? Which I think we would all agree is far more like the sounds of the records. Right. So when I first heard that, I thought, well, it's got to be played in parallel thirds. And you know, we all should realise there's no got to, right? But I thought, well, it might be played in parallel thirds. So like if a music teacher might say to you, well, you know, you're in the key of D, but you're coming off an A, you're coming off the fifth. So what's your harmony to that? And then you'd have to go, and that would harmonise, right? When I played that, I realised straight away that's not what they play. As I say, the first time Dick plays it on his own out of that channel, second time Steve plays it on his own. Steve plays it with him rather, out of that channel. So it's a unison guitar part, and then the second time it's a harmony guitar part. So I thought, well, what if the harmony part was below it? So where Dick goes, what if Steve went, right? But when you play that, you realise pretty quick that that's not right either. So I was quite confounded and perplexed by this one. And you know, if you go and watch the $1 Billion Babies film, which I would heartily recommend, there's a bit where Steve and Dick are sitting together talking. And I think it is Steve Hunter who says, you know, we never really, you know, worked out the harmonies. It's far more organic than that. You know, we never went, well, I'll play a third above you. You know, it's not like they learned each other's part and then mapped out a harmony, which is, you know, probably what most twin lead harmony guitar bands did. It was far more, I'll play something that sits with what you're playing, and it worked fabulously well, you know. That part in Heroin, it's not parallel harmony, but man, it sounds fantastic when the pair of them do it. And the same with this one. So I was like, could it be this? Could it be that? You know, does it have to be in thirds? No, could it be in fourths? You know, what if it was in fourths? Right? What if the other part went? Right? You know, that would be fine. But it's not right. So then I started thinking, well, what if it is actually coming off this C sharp, but it's an octave below? What if it's not that C sharp? What if it's this one? Right? So what Steve plays is, now then you've got, right, there is one note in the first time they play it, Steve comes in with a harmony, you know, when Dick goes, you hear underneath it, so you hear that harmony, the D and F sharp, right? So that is the harmony part. So if I take that, I'll take both parts really slowly just in case you want to learn them, right? A, B, C sharp, D. C sharp, D, C sharp. high A. These are the bits I love. With the phaser, bend E, bend E, bend E again, bend A. Highest note on the board. And then run down from the B. And instead of going, go. And we get that, as I've said in many other videos, we get that harmony that sits with the phaser. You sync your vibrato so to the swish of the phaser, and you get this. You get that sound, right? So that's the harmony. That's Dick's part. Steve's part would be C sharp up to E, then F sharp. Then we got to an E, so this is a fourth part. Bend E, and then this. My goodness, I love this. Now bend it. Bear in mind that's going over. We're getting right. Then we get bend E to F sharp. Now we want a harmony for size, and then we just run down from G to D. And when Steve hits that note, that goes, and then we're into the sad song bit, right? So in the next video, I'll go through some of the parts, the interlocking parts at the beginning that you may think are very, very straightforward, but when you hear them all together, including Prakash John's fabulous bass part, it is incredible. And just as a, I don't know, an anecdote, I've said before that after Interest Rate Jane and before Heroin, you suddenly hear that sound, right? You hear the E note, the E note's here, go down to D. So if I take it back up again, right? And it doesn't wobble about, it just goes right down. So you hear that low D, right? That's that. Because I assume it's out of sync, or a sequence rather, on Rock and Roll Animal. When you get the remastered version with the 2 extra tracks, which are How Do You Think It Feels and Caroline Says, unbelievably, that D tune is after How Do You Think It Feels too. So it occurs twice on the remastered album, and for ages I thought, why are they detuning to play Heroin, you know, which is in C? Then it's B flat. Why do you need that? And I think the answer is it's out of sequence. But you would definitely need it for Oh Jim, which we'll get to in a while. After the you need it for that, right? It also allows you to play or to demonstrate Prakash John's bass part, because he plays. So he plays like a D and an A, but you know, on I'll turn the tones down. The low note is now D because we've detuned on the guitar. And there's a gap and he goes, and plays a D. At that point, Dick is playing. And it's like this incredible come down, you know, at the end of the album, after the intensity of Old Jim. And bear in mind, this has been taken out of context because it's on a concept album, Berlin. And we also have the keyboards playing. without magically going into, you know, somewhere over the rainbow. So we've got this D and G. So that's the intro to the album, and that, as I say, is an approximation of what Prakash John plays on the bass. The parts for that one, like everything on both albums, they fit together absolutely beautifully. So that sad song, Dick's Harmony, the search for Spock, or rather the search for Steve's harmony, and how the intro parts put together. The next video on Sad Song, I'll do the bridge chords. The bridge chords are absolutely fantastic here. I'm going to stop wasting my time. Not me, literally. That's the lyrics of the song.